Let's see what they got for the iPhone 16. Now, what is this for the Pro? This is for the iPhone 16 Pro. The ones that we put out for the 16 and 16 Plus look pretty accurate. But here's one for the 16 Pro, and I'm assuming Pro Max. Let me share screen. Check this out. Look at that. Now I'm going to link every article, everything you see here is going to be in our description. Now, if you're on Instagram, you're going to have to head over to our YouTube channel, find this video, this live stream, episode number 32, and simply click on the description below. And I'll have links for all these articles that we discuss. All the sources, I always cite sources from where I get my information from, just to be proper. It's the politically correct thing to do. It's the nice thing to do. Give credit to whoever published this before me, right? So here's what somebody claims is an iPhone 16 Pro, right? Now look at this. Look at that crazy ass camera. What the hell? It has a camera island that's elevated right here, all the way, slightly elevated all the way around. You can tell the flash and another sensor microphone right here, but look at these camera sensors. So they're in a star design. Look, it's similar to what iPhone 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max, and now bear with me, it's similar in where these sensors are located on the 15 Pro and 15 Pro Max. What's different about this leak with the 16 Pro is that it basically has the camera sensors that are in the triangle shape elevated on their own island. That's why it looks like a weird triangle right there where the camera island is. So this came out a well-known Apple tipster. That's what I'm saying. That's why you kind of have to take this with a grain of salt. You're like, you can't just automatically say, that's BS. It's never going to look like that, because it did come from somebody that was accurate in their leaks in the past, and they're saying this is what the 16 Pro looks like. So that's why I'm saying, I don't know. It looks ugly, in my opinion. I'm not sure. It's a very drastic change. Now, here's the deal. As you know, Apple, just like any manufacturer, nothing, OnePlus, Samsung, Google, they all have prototypes, right? So they will go through, and they'll probably make, depending on who it is, a number of prototypes. So when Apple's getting ready to release the iPhone 16 series here in September, they'll have probably 15 or 20 prototypes that they'll pass around in the boardroom, that they might even take home just to carry around in their pocket, to hold at home, just to see what it looks and feels like in different scenarios and environments. And then they might, slowly over time, over the next month or two, say, we're not going to go with this one. So number 20 is X'd off. And then a few days later, we're not going to go with this one. And then number 17 is X'd off the list. And then so on, right? 16. Then prototype number 4 is crossed off the list. Then prototype 9 is taken off the list until they finally get to like 2 or 3. And then they eventually obviously get down to 1. And then that's the mold and design language model they're going with, and then they mass produce it. Well, this could be a prototype. So I'm not saying this is just out of thin air, but this could be a prototype that Apple had made with 15 other prototypes, and it could be one that they were passing around. It could have been in consideration for a model, right? So he claims the design will be more similar to a razor. His sources said that the camera bump will have the shape of a triangle, which will allow more cameras to be added to the camera module in the future. So I'm assuming they could put, with this model, they would put 3 here, top, bottom, and 1 offset to the right to make it that triangle. And then they're saying they would allow for more sensors in the future, meaning like probably another sensor right here in the middle, which would encompass 4 sensors, right? Possibly even move one down here. Let's see. It comes from Majin Buu. Says he has new information from multiple different sources that both of those sources said the same thing. A change to the design of the camera island is to be expected on the iPhone 16 Pro and iPhone 16 Pro Max. Mujan Bu once again says that this is not a verified information. He did promise to deliver more info as time goes on. For demonstration purposes, you can see the iPhone 16 Pro with a triangle-shaped camera bump on the back. This is just a concept. As mentioned, could be a prototype. But don't you think that sticks out way too far? Right? Like don't you think that would wobble like crazy on a desk? Like that just screams, if you lay it on a desk with without a case, with no case on, it would wobble like crazy. Like you're trying to type on it while the screen is facing up. You're looking at the screen on a table. It's just offset so much. There's so much of a height difference between the left and the right side. It would wobble unless you got a case on it. Let's see. The publisher at Android headline says this does not look pretty. Well, neither did the current setup on the iPhone Pro models back when it was leaked, and then we got used to it. Well, that's true. I like the iPhone design. I just don't like using them. But it says this change is unlikely for the iPhone 16 Pro series. We've seen a ton of rumors and reports suggesting those phones up to this point, and pretty much all of them said that the design will remain basically the same. So I'm assuming this was a prototype, right? That somebody just got their hands on, a couple different sources got their hands on. So the iPhone 16 now, we know what the 16... Do I have pictures? Hey, what's up, Daniel? If that island is flush with the lens, I worry. Yep. Yeah, that's true. Light bleeding into the lens. I didn't even think about that. It's very true. Wow. That's a good point. Let me see if I got pictures of the iPhone. Now, the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus, I basically think those are pretty damn accurate. Obviously, not 100% because we don't know exactly the final design language that they're going to use. But I personally believe, let's see, do I have photos? Damn it, I don't. I think I deleted them from StreamYard. Anyways, I made a video about it maybe a couple weeks ago, but it'll look basically, the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus will basically look the same. Camera island, most people won't be able to tell a difference, but people like you and me that are watching, we could tell. But there's just a slight difference, right? Apple's not going to go far away from their design language. They found a design, and we've known this for years. They've stuck with. That's why them moving to something like this sounds a little crazy. I think the average person, if you showed them a picture of this, say, hey, is this right? You say, you either give them a thumbs up or a thumbs down, and you show them a picture. Because look, Google's done this. They did that with their, right when they were making the Pixel. When they transitioned from Nexus to Pixel, they got offices all over the country. I remember seeing a story where a marketing team for Pixel, in the Pixel department of Google in New York City, went to, where is it? Not Times Square, Central Park. Team went to Central Park. and held up and literally chose random people that were either jogging or eating lunch at the park or, whatever. Would just present them, hey, can you tell me thumbs up or thumb down? And they would show them pictures of phones. And the people would say, oh, yeah, that one looks cool. Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, I like that one. And then there were a number of people that would give them thumbs down. And then from that, look, they're not going to base everything off of what a couple hundred people say in Central Park, but it gives them an idea. If a design language gets overwhelmingly thumbs up, and if design A gets overwhelmingly a bunch of thumbs up, like 80% thumbs up, and then design B overwhelmingly gets 74% thumbs down, well, duh, they're going to go with design A moving forward. But that's based on a few hundred. It just gives them a good idea, right? So if you conducted that same test with this iPhone, I think we can pretty much guarantee you'd get a lot of thumbs down. Now, it has the Apple logo on there. It's an iPhone, right? It looks like an iPhone, but that triangle on the back I don't think is it. So it's possible, this was a prototype that they were tossing around in the boardroom that, somebody got a hold of and wanted to put it out. But I think it's just getting attention because of how ugly it looks. Apple has a classic design that, look, we know they're not going to stray far from. And they've caught a lot of flack for that. Look, I'll be the first to tell you, I troll the hell out of them for that. Yes, it looks good. And yes, it's visually appealing. But how long are they going to stay with that? There's no signs of them letting off that design. Samsung is going to change their design for the S25 series. At least for the Ultra, I know that. So Samsung's had this design for, since the 22. So they had it for the S22, S23, S24, and then they're going to change it for the S25. Now, that's not confirmed, but, I'll put my neck on the line for that. I believe I've got information that says that they're going to change the design. How much? Are they going to stray away from this design? I don't know, but what I do know is that it will look different than this, right? Than the teardrop, or what do they call these? I'm not sure. Water drop, teardrop camera design. But Samsung's willing to look. I'm sure it's not going to be a drastic change, right? But it'll be ever so slightly. It's like a car. When you go from a Escalade or a Suburban, they tweak it every few years. They tweak it. And then when you tweak it 3 times over the next 10 years, it's going to look pretty different year 10 compared to year 1, right? So we'll keep an eye on this. As soon as I get more leaks out, look, I know I don't have a ton of iPhone subscribers and viewers, but that's okay. We're Team Android over here, but I definitely don't. And as I mentioned, I'm the first to tell you I love to troll Apple and Apple fanboys, but I don't hate them or don't have any ill. Even though they did ban me from using iCloud account, but it's all good because I don't use them anyway, so I'm not really butthurt